challenging writer and a great Anglophile as well. But Rinpoche, thank you so much for the film. We'd like to invite you to say a few words about tonight's show.
Thank you so much. I'm quite surprised that you enjoyed. I hope you had a good sleep, some of you at least. Especially thank you so much for coming, since this is supposedly to bring some awareness to the world of translation. I hope this will linger on the world of translation will linger on your head and heart much more than the VARA. Thank you.
Yes, we do have time for a few questions if people would like to do that, either on the film or 84,000 or Ranjung Yeshi Institute. And the speakers this evening are available to answer, maybe for 10-15 minutes. Yep.
Thank you for the movie. It's very special and beautiful. I have two short questions. What's about the movie? There are a lot of information in the movie, I think. But is there some information not on the surface, which only filmmaker knows, which all audience cannot figure out? So besides the cut system, group devotion, anything else that Rinpoche can share? I have the second question. I'm very about the achievement by Ranjung Yeshi, as well as 84,000 projects. I think all the conditions come together to make Buddha's words alive. But does Rinpoche have any suggestion for the people in the audience who are not either scholar, filmmaker, or translator, what we can do to preserve the Dharma? Thank you.
As you all know, I'm not by profession a filmmaker, and I don't believe that I'm going to make lots and lots of films. Having said that, there's this hidden wish that one day maybe I could make a film based on the life of the Buddha. And for this, I need to prepare myself. And these films are purely as an exercise for myself. It's kind of expensive exercise, of course. So I have no hidden message or teachings. This is absolute. This film is supposedly film about women's strength. I don't know whether I've managed to express that, but that was the attempt. As for 84,000 and Ranjung Yeshi, there are a lot of things that you can do to be aware of it, to actively engage, such as reading what has been translated, and actually even enrolling oneself into becoming a translator. And if that is not possible, I would say you can even consider making babies and already plan them to become translators. Title of the film is VARA. Supposedly it's something like a boon. I think it's a very old English word, right? Boon. Boon, like a gift or a blessing. It's like, you know, we don't know what is the blessing here. Probably, you know, there are a lot of blessings there, but I want to interpret that to have a fantasy is a blessing, not always to be realistic is a blessing.
In the movie there was a lot of marriages, Muslims and Hindus and intercaste thing going on. Did you do that purposely to
Now, this is quite an important question because actually I've always wanted to make a film about Bharatanatyam or Odissi or Mohini Atyam, which is this sort of dance that I really love. I go like South India, I go to places just to watch them, festivals, dance festivals. I've always admired the dance. And also, in my two other films, previous films, they were basically related to my world, so to speak. Basically, I roll out of my bed and just, it's about me. I mean, it's about us, my surrounding. I have the opportunity, I use my tyranny to just make those two. So I wanted some challenge in every level. I wanted something non-Buddhist. I want something non-Bhutanese, non-Tibetan, something that gives me, because if I'm making a life of the Buddha, I have to really go beyond that. So in preparation for this, I thought the subject, classical dance, would be good. But then I realized it is so difficult to sort of put that, unless I make a documentary, which I'm terrified with. I needed a story, so I really like Sunil Gangopathy's short story, Blood and Tear, and there, a lot of the element of Muslim and Hindu conflict is there. And the dance was kind of my contribution. I think it's like, you can interpret it whichever way. Can you hear? I think you can hear. I think you can hear. No? You can't hear? Right? It's about loyalty, and it's up to you how you decide. You could decide that he's really never in love with Sham or landlord. I mean, she was never in love with them, either of the men. She was actually in love with Krishna. And the consequence happened.
Welcome to the father, Rinpoche.
Is there more question?
It was the best movie I've seen in this theater. At what moment does she become the bride of Krishna? In the forest or at the end? When's her total surrender?
Again, it's up to you. I thought maybe the end, but really it's up to your imagination. I have to sit here. I had an amazing editor and amazing sound engineer. I think they were great. And I've learned so much from William Chang, who actually edited amazing films such as In the Mood for Love. I'm sure many of you have seen. And I really, really learned a lot from him. And among them, what I've learned is that he was so against making sense. And for him, like, why would you do that? Audience are not stupid. You don't want to spoon feed them. And this is something I've learned from him.
So thank you, Rinpoche, for this extraordinary offering, this seductive, spellbinding film. Thank you to everyone here for coming and for being so patient early on in the evening, and particularly to our speakers earlier today, Junrui and Zach, for their very informative expression of what the 84,000 is all about and the work of Rinpoche.
Okay, I'd like to actually express my gratitude towards Rinpoche, and especially Pema here, who has really sweat and bled.
Yes, Pema, thank you so much for this evening, and for all the volunteers who have helped tonight. Also to Ali Williams from RYI for her untiring support as well. Just presenting the Kanjura Tenju, I think, to RYI, so it's much gratitude. And just a final word to Andrea, Ush, Amy, and all the volunteers that have supported this evening. Thank you. And good night.